Bandeham Shri Gurun Shiyata Parakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavam Sya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Sabadutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Paran Sahagana Lalita Shivishikam Vitam Sya Om Jnana Timaranda Shah Jnanachita Shilakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Nama Gurva Bhistam Supurakam Gurganara Sesha Sambhushitam Chintya Chintya Samasta Veda Nipunam Shri Rupa Patanagam Govinda Vidam Ujwalam Bharatanum Bhaktyan Vidam Sundaram Bande Vishwagurun Shah Divyat Bhagavat Prem Noe Bija Pradam Devam Divyatanum Suchandavaranam Balarka Shelan Shitam Sandrananda Puram Sadeka Varanam Vairagya Vidyam Bunim Sri Siddhanta Nidim Subhakti Lasitam Saraswatanam Baram Bandetam Shubharam Mareka Sharanam Nyasishvara Shridaram Banshakopatarubyascha Kripasindubhyevacha Patitanam Pavanibhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah Namo Mahaprabhu Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratavishe Nama. So we're hearing from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami, translation and commentary by Srila Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. This is Adi-lila chapter 7, Lord Chaitanya in 5 features. This chapter deals with the Pancha-tattva, and we're on text number 82. Mahaprabhu is speaking to Prakashananda Saraswati and the mayavadi sannyasis in Benares, Varanasi, and he's explaining about a conversation that he had with his spiritual master, who told him, "You're a fool, you are not qualified to study Vedanta Sutra, you just chant the Maha Mantra." And Mahaprabhu said, by chanting I began to develop these symptoms: laughing, crying, rolling on the ground, hairs of the body standing on end. And I asked my spiritual master, what was this chanting of the Maha Mantra is making me pago, is making me crazy. So I'll start with text 82. Hashaya nachaya more goraya krandan edashuni guru hasi bolila bachan. Chanting the holy name in ecstasy causes me to dance, laugh, and cry. When my spiritual master heard all this, he smiled and then began to speak. Krishna nama maha mantra eta swabhav Jai Jape Tara Krishna Upajaye Bhav. It is the nature of the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra that anyone who chants it immediately develops his loving ecstasy for Krishna. Krishna Vishayaka Prema Parama Purushartha Jara Age Trina Tuya Chare Purushartha. Religiosity, economic development, sense gratification, and liberation are known as the 4 goals of life. But before love of God, at the 5th and highest goal, these appear as insignificant as straw in the street. Panchama Purushartha Premanandamrita Sindhu Mukshari Anandajara Nahi Ek Bindu. For a devotee who has actually developed bhava, the pleasure derived from dharma, artha, kama, and moksha appear like a drop in the presence of the sea. Krishna namera phala prema sarva shastrikoi bhagye se prema tomai korila udai. The conclusion of all revealed scriptures is that one should awaken one's dormant love of Godhead. You are greatly fortunate to have already done so. Premara swabhabe kore chitta tanukob Krishnara charana praptye upajaya lob. It is a characteristic of love of Godhead that by nature it induces transcendental symptoms in one's body and makes one more and more greedy to achieve the shelter of the lotus feet of the Lord. Primara swabhabe bhaktahase khandigai unmata hoyanache iti utirai. When one actually develops love of Godhead, one naturally sometimes cries, sometimes laughs, sometimes chants, and sometimes runs here and there, just like a madman. Sweded kampa, Roman shashru, gadgada vaivarnya, unmara vishara darya, garvaharsha doinya, etabhave prema, bhakta ganere nachai, Krishnara nandamrita, sagare bashai. Perspiration, trembling, standing on end of one's bodily hairs, tears, faltering voice, fading complexion, madness, melancholy, patience, pride, joy, and humility. These are various natural symptoms of ecstatic love of Godhead, which causes a devotee to dance and float in an ocean of transcendental bliss while chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. Balo hoila paile tumi parama purusharta, tomara premete ami hoilan kritarta. It is very good, my dear child, that you have attained the supreme goal of life by developing love of Godhead. Thus you have pleased me very much, and I am very much obliged to you. So Mahaprabhu is mentioning how his spiritual master, when he told him that this chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra is making me crazy, and he described the symptoms, then his spiritual master was very pleased, and he said, "It is very good, my dear child, that you have attained the supreme goal of life by developing love of Godhead. Thus you have pleased me very much, and I am very much obliged to you." Nachagao bhakta sange kora sankirtan Krishna namu upadeshe tara sarvajan. My dear child, continue dancing, chanting, and performing sankirtan in association with devotees. Furthermore, go out and preach the value of chanting Krishna Nam, for by this process you will be able to deliver all fallen souls. Etabole ek shloka shikaila more bhagavatera sara e bole bare bare. Saying this, my spiritual master taught me a verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. It is the essence of all the Bhagavatam's instructions. Therefore, he recited this verse again and again. Evam vratasva priyanama kirtya jatanurago drutachitta uchai hasati ato rodati rotigayati unmaravan nrityati lokabayaha. When a person is actually advanced and takes pleasure in chanting the holy name of the Lord, who is very dear to him, he is agitated and loudly chants the holy name. He also laughs, cries, becomes agitated and chants just like a madman, not caring for outsiders. Etara bhakyami drida Vishvasdori Nirantara Krishna Nama Sankirtana Kori Say Krishna Nama Kabu Gawal Jai Nachai Gahinachi Nahiami Apana Ichai. I firmly believe in these words of my spiritual master, and therefore I always chant the holy name of the Lord, alone and in the association of devotees. That holy name of Lord Krishna sometimes causes me to chant and dance, and therefore I chant and dance. Please do not think that I intentionally do it. I do it automatically. Krishnaname Jayananda Sindhu Ashwadan Brahmananda Tarage Kato Dakasam, compared to the ocean of transcendental bliss that one tastes by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra. The pleasure derived from impersonal Brahman realization, Brahmananda, is like the shallow water in a canal. Tvat sakshat karanalada vishuddha vishuddhabdis ditashyame sukhani goshpadayante brahmani api jagat guru. My dear Lord, O Master of the universe, since I have directly seen you, my transcendental bliss has taken the shape of a great ocean. Being situated in that ocean, I now realize all other so-called happiness to be like the water contained in the hoofprint of a calf. My dear Lord, O Master of the universe, since I have directly seen you, my transcendental bliss has taken the shape of a great ocean. Being situated in that ocean, I now realize all other so-called happinesses, all other so-called happiness to be like the water contained in the hoofprint of a calf in comparison to the ocean. Any other process, including that which gives Brahmananda, the happiness derived from impersonal Brahman realization, it's like comparing the water contained in a hoofprint of a calf to the ocean. No comparison at all. Prabhu Mishta Bhakya Shuni Sanyasiragan Chittafire Gela Kahe Madhura Bachan. After hearing Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, all the mayavadi sannyasis were moved, their minds changed, and thus they spoke with pleasing words. Chekichu kohile tumi sabasatya hoy Krishna prema se pai jarabhagya doy. Dear Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, what you have said is all true. Only one who is favored by fortune attains love of Godhead. Krishna Bhakti Kora Ihai Sabara Santosh Vedantana Shunakene Tarakivadosh. Dear sir, there is no objection to your being a great devotee of Lord Krishna. Everyone is satisfied with this. But why do you avoid discussion on the Vedanta Sutra? What is the fault in it? Eta Shuni Hase Prabhu Bolila Bachan Dukanam Manahajadi Korini Bidan. After hearing the mayavadi sannyasis speak in that way, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu smiled slightly and said, My dear sirs, if you don't mind, I can say something to you regarding Vedanta philosophy. Iha shuni bole sarva sannyasiragad tomake dekiye jaiche sakat narayan. Hearing this, the mayavadi sannyasis became somewhat humble and addressed Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Narayan himself, who they all agreed he was. Tomara bachana shuni judaya shravan tomara madhure deki judayan nayan. Dear Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they said, to tell you the truth, we are greatly pleased to hear your words, and furthermore, your bodily features are so pleasing that we feel extraordinary satisfaction in seeing you. Tomara prabhave sabar anandita man kabu asangata nahe tomara bachan. Dear sir, by your influence, our minds are greatly satisfied, and we believe that your words will never be unreasonable. Therefore, you may speak on the Vedanta Sutra. Prabhu Kohe Vedanta Sutra, Ishwara Bachan, Vyasa Rupe Koila Jaha, Sri Narayan. The Lord said, Vedanta philosophy consists of words spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead Narayan in the form of Vyasadeva. Vyasadeva is the literary incarnation of the Lord. He's empowered to present the Vedic literatures. Brahma Pramada Vipralipsa Karana-tattva Ishwarer Bhakti nahi dosha esab. Brahma pramada vipralipsa Karana-tattva Ishwarer Bhakti nahi dosha esaba. The material defects of mistakes, illusions, cheating, and sensory inefficiency do not exist in the words of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Upanishad Sahita Sutra Kohe Jai Tattva Mukhya Britye Se Artha Parama Mahatva. Absolute truth is described in the Upanishads and Brahma Sutra, but one must understand the verses as they are. That is the supreme glory in understanding. Gona Britye Jevabhasya Korila Acharya Tahara Shravane Nasha Hoy Sarvakarya. Sripad Shankaracharya has described all the Vedic literatures in terms of indirect meanings. One who hears such explanations is ruined. Tahara nahi kadosh Ishvara agyapaya Gonartha Korila Mukhya Artha Achadya. Shankaracharya is not at fault, for it is under the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead that he has covered the real purport or the real purpose of the Vedas. Shankaracharya is not at fault, for it is under the order of the Supreme Personality of Godhead that he has covered the real purpose of the Vedas. Brahma Shabde Mukhya Arte Kohe Bhagavan Chidaishvarya Paripurna Anurdva Saman. According to direct understanding, the absolute truth is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who has all spiritual opulences. No one can be equal to or greater than him. Tahara Vibhuti Deho Sabchidakar Chidvibhuti Achadi Tare Kohe Nirakar. Everything about the Supreme Lord is spiritual, including his body, opulence, and paraphernalia. Mayavadi philosophy, however, covering his spiritual opulence, advocates the theory of impersonalism. Chidananda Teho Tara Stana Parivar Tare Kohe Prakrita Satvara Bikar. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is full of spiritual potencies. Therefore, his body, name, fame, and entourage are all spiritual. The Mayavadi philosopher, due to ignorance, says that these are all merely transformations of the material mode of goodness. Tara dosha nahi teho agya koredas araje shunitara hoy sarvanash. Shankaracharya, who is an incarnation of Lord Shiva, is faultless because he is a servant carrying out the orders of the Lord. But those who follow his Mayavadi philosophy are doomed. They will lose all their advancement in spiritual knowledge. Prakrita Koriyamane Vishnu Kolevar Vishnu Ninda Aranahi Ihara Upar. One who considers the transcendental body of Lord Vishnu to be made of material nature is the greatest offender at the lotus feet of the Lord. There is no greater blasphemy against the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Ishvarer Tattvajena Jwalita Jwalan Jivara Swarup Jaiche Swulingarahan. Ishvarer Tattva Jena Jwalita Jwalan Jivara Swarupa Jaiche Swulingara Khan. The Lord is like a great blazing fire, and the living entities are like small sparks of that fire. Jiva Tattva Shakti Krishna Tattva Shaktiman Gita Vishnu Puranadi Tahate Praman. The living entities are energies, not the energetic. the energetic as Krishna. This is very vividly described in the Bhagavad Gita, the Vishnu Puran, and other Vedic literatures. Apareyamitastvanyam prakritim vidime param jivabhuta mahabaho yayedam daryate jagat. Besides these inferior energies, O mighty-armed Arjuna, there is another superior energy of mind which comprises the living entities who are exploiting the resources of this material inferior nature. Vishnu Shakti Para Prokta Kshetragya Kya Tata Para Avidya Karma Samgyaya Tritiya Shaktir Ishyate. The potency of Lord Vishnu is summarized in three categories, namely the spiritual potency, the living entities, and ignorance. The spiritual potency is full of knowledge. The living entities, although belonging to the spiritual potency, are subject to bewilderment. And the third energy, which is full of ignorance, is always visible in fruitive activities. So it would say that the Lord's energies are of three. There's the internal spiritual energy, Chid Shakti. There's the marginal energy, which is the living entity, Tatastha Shakti. Marginal meaning they can go towards the spiritual energy or go towards the material energy. So therefore they're called marginal. And the third energy is the avidya or maya potency. So the potency of Lord Vishnu is summarized in three categories, namely the spiritual potency, the living entities, and ignorance. The spiritual potency is full of knowledge. The living entities, although belonging to the spiritual potency, are subject to bewilderment. And the third energy, which is full of ignorance, is always visible in fruitive activities. Hena jiva tattva loya liki paratattva achana korila shrishta ishwara mahatva. The mayavadi philosophy is so degraded that it has taken insignificant living entities to be the Lord, the supreme truth, thus covering the glory and supremacy of the absolute truth with monism. Vyasara sutrete kohe parinamabad Vyasa branta bolitara utaila bibad. In his Vedanta Sutra, Srila Vyasadeva has described that everything is but a transformation of the energy of the Lord. Shankaracharya, however, has misled the world by commenting that Vyasadeva was mistaken. Thus he has raised great opposition to theism throughout the entire world. Parinama bade Ishwara hoyana bikari etakohe bibartabad stapana jekori. According to Shankaracharya, by accepting the theory of the transformation of the energy of the Lord, one creates an illusion by indirectly accepting that the absolute truth is transformed. Vastuta parinama vada se praman debe deheatma buddhiye vivartera stan. Vastuta parinama vad se praman deheatma buddhiye vivartera stan. Transformation of energy is a proven fact. It is the false bodily conception of the self that is an illusion. Avichintya Shakti Jukta Sri Bhagavan Ichaya Jagad Rupe Pai Parinam. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is opulent in all respects. Therefore, by his inconceivable energies, he has transformed the material cosmic manifestation. tatapi achintya shakti hoy avikari prakrita chintamani tahe drishtanta jedari. Using the example of a touchstone, which by its energy turns iron to gold and yet remains the same, we can understand that although the Supreme Personality of Godhead transforms his innumerable energies, he remains unchanged. Nanaratna rasi hoy chintamani hoite tatapiya manirohe swarupe abhikrite. Although a touchstone produces many varieties of valuable jewels, it nonetheless remains the same. It does not change its original form. Prakrita bastute jadi achintya shakti hoy ishwarer achintya shakti ite ki vishmoy. If there is such inconceivable potency in material objects, why should we not believe in the inconceivable potency of the Supreme Personality of God? So the touchstone transforms objects, base metals, into gold, but it is not changed. Also, I remember there's in chemistry, when reactions take place, sometimes a reaction will not take place unless a particular substance or element is present, and that's called a catalyst. The Vedic sound vibration Omkara, the principal word in the Vedic literatures, is the basis of all Vedic vibrations. Therefore, one should accept Omkara as a sound representation of the Supreme Personality of Godhead and the reservoir of the cosmic manifestation. Sarvashray Ishwarer Pranava Udesh Tattvamasi Bhakya Hoy Bider Ekadesh. It is the purpose of the Supreme Personality of Godhead to present Pranava, Omkara, as the reservoir of all Vedic knowledge. The words Tattvamasi are only a partial explanation of the Vedic knowledge. So Omkara refers to Om, which is present in so many Vedic mantras, and yet Shankaracharya has have more importance, the phrase Tattvamasi, that you are non-different from this, but that is only meant as half of the truth, in the sense that Mahaprabhu's philosophy is Achintya Beta Beta Tattva. You are simultaneously one with and different than the Lord. So we are the same as the Lord in qualities, Satchidananda, where the Lord is eternal, we're eternal. That's Sat. The Lord is conscious, we're also conscious. Chit. And the Lord is unlimitedly happy, and the living entities also are by nature in their spiritual existence, they're very happy, Ananda. But the difference is the Lord is unlimited. His knowledge, everything about him is of an unlimited nature, whereas the living entities, they're minute, and they can also be covered over by the material energy. So there's a difference. The Lord and the living entities are the same in quality, but difference in quantity. So Shankaracharya's statement, you are the same as that, is meant to give half of it, half of the truth, that you are the same as the Lord, but at the same time you're different from the Lord in the sense there is a difference of quantity, and that is not that difference is not emphasized in Shankaracharya's statement, Tattvamasi, you are the same. And Mahaprabhu is saying this is a minor invocation, whereas more important is the pranava, which is in the Vedic mantras as Om. So it is the purpose of the Supreme Personality of Godhead to present pranava, omkara, as a reservoir of all Vedic knowledge. The words tattvamasi are only a partial explanation of the Vedic knowledge. Pranava mahabhakya taha kori achadan mahabhakya kori tattvamasir stapan. Pranava omkara is the mahabhakya, mantra in the Vedas. Shankaracharya's followers cover this to stress without authority the mantra tattvamasi. Sarva Veda Sutre Kore Krishnera Abhidan Mukya Briti Chadi Koila Lakana Bhyakyan. In all the Vedic sutras and literatures, it is Lord Krishna who is to be understood, but the followers of Shankaracharya have covered the real meaning of the Vedas with indirect explanations. Svata Pramana Bed, Pramana Shiromani, Lakana Korile Svata Pramanata Hani. The self-evident Vedic literatures are the highest evidence of all, but if these literatures are interpreted, their self-evident nature is lost. Emata Pratisutre Sahajarta Chadiya Gonarta Bhyakya Kore Kalpana Korea. To prove their philosophy, the members of the Mayavad school have given up the real, easily understood meaning of the Vedic literature and introduced indirect meanings based on their imaginative powers. Emate Pratisutre Korana Dushan Shuni Chamatkara Hoila Sannyasis. When Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu thus showed for each and every sutra the defects in Shankaracharya's explanations, all the assembled mayavadi sannyasis were struck with wonder. Sakala sannyasi kohe shunaha Sripad tumije kandile arta e nahi bibad. All the mayavadi sannyasis said, Your Holiness, kindly know from us that we actually have no quarrel with your refutation of these meanings, for you have given a clear understanding of the sutras. Acharya kalpita arta iha shabe jani sampradaya anurode tabu tahamani. We know that all this word jugglery springs from the imagination of Shankaracharya, and yet because we belong to his sect, we accept it, although it does not satisfy us. Mukyarta Bhyakya Kora Deki Tomara Bal Mukyarte Lagala Prabhu Sutra Sakala. Mukyarta Bhyakya Kora Deki Tomar Bal Mukyarte Lagala Prabhu Sutra Sakala. Now let us see the Mayavadi sannyasis continued. How well you can describe the sutras in terms of their direct meaning. Hearing this, Lord Chaitanya began his direct explanation of the Vedanta Sutra. Brihad Bastu Brahma Kohi Sri Bhagavan Shad Vidaishvarya Purnad Paratatvadam. Brahman, who is greater than the greatest, is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is full in 6 opulences, and therefore he is a reservoir of ultimate truth and absolute knowledge. Swarup Aishwarye Tara Nahi Maya Ganda Sakala Vedarahoy Bhagavan Se Sambandha. In his original form, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is full with transcendental opulences, which are free from the contamination of the material world. It is to be understood that in all Vedic literature, the Supreme Personality of Godhead is the ultimate goal. Tari Nirbhishesh Kohe Chid Shakti Namani Arda Swarupna Manile Purnata Hoihani. When we speak of the Supreme as impersonal, we deny his spiritual potencies. Logically, If you accept half of the truth, you cannot understand the whole. Bhagavan prapti hetu jekori upai Shravanadi Bhakti Krishna Praptira Sahai. It is only by devotional service, beginning with hearing, that one can approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead. That is the only means to approach Him. Say Sarva Bedera Abhideyanam Sarana Bhakti Hoite Hoi Primera Udgam. By practicing this regulated devotional service under the direction of the spiritual master, certainly one awakens one's dormant love of Godhead. This process is called Abhideya. Krishnera charane hoy jadi anurag, Krishna binu anyatra tara nahi roherag. If one develops one's love of Godhead and becomes attached to the lotus feet of Krishna, gradually one loses one's attachment to everything else. Panchama Purushartha se Primam Mahadan Krishnara Madhurya Rasa Koraya Ashwadan. Love of Godhead is so exalted that it is considered to be the fifth goal of human life. By awakening one's love of Godhead, one can attain the platform of conjugal love, tasting it even during the present span of life. Prema hoite Krishna hoy nija bhakta bas, prema hoite paya Krishnera seva sukha ras. The Supreme Lord, who is greater than the greatest, becomes submissive to even a very insignificant devotee because of his devotional service. It is the beautiful and exalted nature of devotional service that the infinite Lord becomes submissive to the infinitesimal living entity because of it. In reciprocal devotional activities with the Lord, the devotee actually enjoys the transcendental mellow of devotional service. So the living entity actually enjoys Seva Sukha Ras, that rasa which comes from the happiness of being engaged in service. Seva Sukha Ras. The Supreme Lord, who is greater than the greatest, becomes submissive to even a very insignificant devotee because of his devotional service. It is the beautiful and exalted nature of devotional service that the infinite Lord becomes submissive to the infinitesimal living entity because of it. In reciprocal devotional activities with the Lord, the devotee actually enjoys the transcendental mellow of devotional service. Sambandha videya prayojananam 18 artha sarva sutre prayasvan. Sambandha videya prayojananam 18 artha sarva sutre paryabasan. One's relationship with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, activities in terms of that relationship, and the ultimate goal of life to develop love of God. These three subjects are explained in every aphorism of the Vedanta Sutra, for they form the culmination of the entire Vedanta philosophy. So sambandha, relationship, abhideya means activities in terms of that relationship, and sambandha, abhideya, and prayojan, the ultimate goal of life, which is to develop love of God. These three aspects are explained in all the Vedic aphorisms and sutras. Emata sarva sutrera vyakyan shunya sakala sannyasi kohe vinoi koriya. When all the mayavadi sannyasis thus heard the explanation of Mahaprabhu on the basis of sambandha, abhideya, and prayojana, they spoke very humbly. Vedamoy murti tumi sakat narayan kama aparada purve jeg koilu nindan. Dear sir, you are Vedic knowledge personified and are directly Narayan himself. Kindly excuse us for the offenses we previously committed by criticizing you. Say hoite sannyasira firige laman Krishna Krishna nama sada koraye grahan. From that moment, when the mayavadi sannyasis heard the explanation of the Vedanta Sutra from the Lord, their minds changed, and on the instruction of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they too chanted Krishna Krishna always. Emate tasabar kami aparad sabakare Krishna nam korila prasad. Thus Lord Chaitanya excused all the offenses of the mayavadi sannyasis and very mercifully blessed them with Krishna nam. Thus Lord Chaitanya excused all the offenses of the mayavadi sannyasis and very mercifully blessed them with Krishna nam. Tabe sab sannyasi Mahaprabhu ke loya bika korilena sabe madhye mashaya. After this, all the sannyasis took the Lord into their midst, and thus they all took their meals together. After this, the sannyasis took the Lord into their midst, and thus they all took their meal together. Bika kore Mahaprabhu aila vasagar hena chitra lila kore goranga sundar. After taking lunch among the mayavadi sannyasis, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, who is known as Gaurasundar, returned to his residence. Thus the Lord performs his wonderful pastimes. Chandrasekhar, Tapan Mishra, Arasanatan, Shunideki, Anandita, Savakaraman. Hearing the arguments of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and seeing his victory, Chandrasekhar, Tapan Mishra, and Sanatana Goswami were all extremely pleased. Prabhu ke dekite aise sakala sannyasi prabhura prashamsha kore sab Varanasi. Many mayavadi sannyasis of Varanasi came to see the Lord after this incident, and the entire city praised him. Varanasi Puri Aila Sri Krishna Chaitanya Puri Saha Sarvalok Hoila Mahadanya. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu visited the city of Varanasi, and all of its people were very thankful. Laka laka lok aise prabhu ke dekite mahabida hoila dware kore praveshile. Laka laka lok aise prabhu ke dekite mahabida hoila dware nare praveshite. The crowd at the door of his residence was so great that it numbered hundreds of thousands. Prabhu Jabe Jana Vishveshvara Darshane Laka Laka Lok Ashi Mile Sestane. When the Lord went to visit the temple of Vishveshvara, hundreds of thousands of people assembled to see him. Snana Korite Jabe Jana Ganga Tire Tahai Sakala Lok Hoi Mahabide. Whenever Mahaprabhu went to the bank of the Ganges to take his bath, the big crowds of many hundreds of thousands of people assembled there. Whenever Mahaprabhu went to the banks of the Ganges to take his bath, big crowds of many hundreds of thousands of people assembled there. Bahutuli Prabhu Bole, Bo Hari Hari, Haridwane, Kore Lok, Swarga Marja Bari. Whenever the crowds were too great, Mahaprabhu stood up, raised his hands, and chanted Hari Hari, to which all the people responded, filling both the land and sky with the vibration. Lokanishtariya Prabhu Chalite Hoilaman Vrindavane Pataila Sri Sanatan. After thus delivering the people in general, the Lord desired to leave Varanasi. After instructing Sri Sanatana Goswami, he sent him toward Vrindavan. Ratre diva se lokera shune kolahal Varanasi chare Prabhu aila nila cha. Because the city of Varanasi was always full of tumultuous crowds, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, after sending Sanatan to Vrindavan, returned to Jagannath Puri. Adi-lila kohiba age vishtar korea sankepe Kohilan ihan prasangapaya. I have here given a brief account of these pastimes of Lord Chaitanya, but later I shall describe them in an extensive way. E Pancha-tattva rupe Sri Krishna Chaitanya Krishna Nama Prema Diya Vishwa Koila Danya. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his associates of the Pancha-tattva distributed the holy name of the Lord to invoke love of God throughout the universe, and thus the entire universe was thankful. Maturate Pataila Rupa Sanatan Dui Sena Pate Koila Bhakti Pracharan. Lord Chaitanya dispatched the two generals, Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami, to Vrindavan to preach the Bhakti cult. Nityananda Gosai, Nityananda Goshane, Pataila Godadeshe, Teho Bhakti Pracharila, Asesha, Visheshe. As Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami were sent toward Mathura, so Nityananda Prabhu was sent to Bengal to preach extensively the cult of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Apane Dakina Desh, Korila Gaman, Grame Grame, Koila Krishna Nama Pracharan. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu personally went to South India, and he broadcast the holy name of Lord Krishna in every village and town. Setu Banda Parjanta Koila Bhaktira Prachar Krishna Prema Diya Koila Sabara Nishtar. Thus the Lord went to the southernmost tip of the Indian peninsula known as Setu Banda, Cape Comorin. Everywhere he distributed the Bhakti cult and love of Krishna. In this way he delivered everyone. Eta Kohila Pancha-tattva Bhyakyan Ihara Shravane Hoy Chaitanya Tattva Gyan. I have thus explained the truth of the Pancha-tattva. One who hears this explanation increases in knowledge of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Dvaita Tinjan Sribas Gadadhar Adi Jata Bhaktagan. While chanting the Pancha-tattva Maha Mantra, one must chant the names of Sri Chaitanya, Nityananda, Dvaita Gadadhar, and Srivas with their many devotees. This is the process. Sabakara Parapadme Kote Namaskar Jai Chitaichi Kohi Kichu Chaitanya Bihar. I again and again offer obeisances unto the Pancha-tattva. Thus I think that I will be able to describe something about the pastimes of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Shri Rupa Raghunath Parijara As Chaitanya Charitamrita Kohe Krishnadas. Praying at the lotus feet of Shri Rupa and Shri Raghunath, always desiring their mercy, I, Krishnadas, narrate Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, following in their footsteps. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports to Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Adi-lila 7th chapter, describing Lord Chaitanya in 5 features. And now we'll sing Hari Haraya. Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jaravaya Nama
Hari Haraya Nama Krishna Jadavaya Namaha
Jaravaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Nama
Jadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namaha
Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan
Gopal Govinda Ram Shri Madhusudan
Giridhari Gopinatha Marana Mohan
Giridhari Gopinath Madana Mohan
Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra
Sri Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra
Jaradhara Shiva Sari Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Gadadhara Shiva Shadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jai Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raguna
Jai Rupa Sanatan Bhatta Raguna
Shri Jiva Gopala Bhatta Dasa Raguna
Shri Jiva Gopala Bhattadasa Raghunath.
Echai Gosai Kori Charana Bandhan.
Echai Gosai Kori Charana Bandhan.
Jao Ete Vignana Shavista Puran.
Jaoite Vignana Shavista Puran.
Echai Gosai Jar Mui Taradas.
Echai Gosai Jar Mui Taradas.
Tasavar Pada Renu Mora Panchagram.
Dasavara Pada Renu Mora Panchagram.
Pader Charana Sevi Bhakta Sanibha.
Kaviraj Charana Siddhi Bhakta Shanibha.
Janame More Adi-lila.
Janame More Adi-lila.
Echai Gosai Jabe Braje Koilabas.
Echai Gosai Jabe Braje Koilabas.
Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Prakash.
Radha Krishna Nitya Lila Korila Prakash.
Anande Bolo Hari Bhaja Vrindavan.
Anande Boro Hari Bhaja Vrindavan.
Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Majai Aman.
Shri Guru Vaishnava Pade Majai Aman.
Shri Guru Vaishnava Pad Padma Koryas.
Shri Guru Vaishnava Padma Koryas.
Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Naratamudam.
Harinam Sankirtana Kohe Naratamudam.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Haribo.
Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Nitai Gora Haribo, 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 Haribo.
Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol.
Jai Saparikara Shishi Guru Guranga Gandharvika Giridhari Ju Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Paravajaka Charyashta Tara Sarashi Shimad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Paravajaka Charya Ashtatara Sadashi Shimad Srila Bhakti Sundar Govinda Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Paramahansa Paravajaka Charya Ashtatara Sadashi Shimad Srila Bhakti Rakshira Dev Goswami Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Bhagavan Srila Bhakti Sananta Saraswati Goswami Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Gaur Kishore Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Satchidananda Bhakti Vinod Thakur Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vaishnava Sarvabhauma Srila Jagannath Das Babaji Maharaj Ki Jai. Rupanuga Guru Bharga Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Shri Rupa Sanatana Bhatta Raghunath, Shri Jiva Gopal Bhatta Das Raghunath, Sad Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Premsigo Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi, Shri Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Ki Jai. Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami Prabhu Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Ki Jai. Srila Vrindavan Das Thakur Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Bhagavad Ki Jai. Narottam Srinivas Shyamananda Prabhu Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Vishvavaranya Srila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Maharaj Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishnupad Srila Bhakti Nirmal Acharya Maharaj Ki Jai. Sri Chaitanya Saraswati Madhacharya Brinda Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Shri Navadip Dham ki jai, Shri Mayapur ki jai, Saparshada Shri Nityananda Prabhu ki jai, Saparshada Shri Mahaprabhu ki jai, Shri Koladvip ki jai, Shri Chaitanya Saraswati ki jai, Soquel Shri Chaitanya Saraswati Seva Ashram ki jai, Ganga Devi ki jai, Tulasi Maharani ki jai, Bhakti Devi ki jai, Shri Vrindavan Dham ki jai, Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopi Govardhan, Shyam Kunda Radha Kunda Kalindi Yamuna Ju ki jai, Samaveda Bhakta Vrinda ki jai, Shri Harinam Sankirtan ki jai, all the assembled devotees ki jai. Gaur Premanande Hari Hari Bol.
Srila Bhakti Pavan Janardan Maharaj ki jai.